GTBank. I think a lot of my subscribers have been sending messages to me on what I think about GTBank. So here I'm going to share my own opinion about the bank, where the stock is right now, and how I intend to play GTBank going forward. But for now, I think I sold my holdings on GTBank, and then I'll tell you where I sold and what I'm doing right now, so that I don't get caught up in the profit taking activities, and where I intend to buy the bank again. There are two places I intend to buy GTBank right now, so I'm watching closely. And like I always say, it's always good for you to look at your stock from the bigger picture. Let's look at GTBank on the monthly chart to understand where the stock is right now. So let's go. Now this is GTBank. Looking at MACD, which is a critical indicator that I use. Now you will see here that the point where the MACD line is above, MACD is above the signal line. You saw how GTB moved from 24 down to 13 naira. Please note this 13 naira region. It is very important. I'm still going to make reference to this. Now you see how the crossover again helped GTB move from 18, that's like 1820, up to 53.52 before a crossover again followed suit, and then we saw GTB went from 43, from that high point down to where it is today. And you will see that we are actually at the extreme of a bearish market, which means the stock has been sold off to the extreme points. Now there are two things I want to note. One is the fact that we have a major we have like three major support region here. You can see from this point, which is around 13, we have another one here, and then we have another one here. So I am going to draw my trend line to connect to this support region. So we're going to start from here. I'm going to draw my line to this point. So if you have been looking at GTBank on the monthly charts, you should see reasons the stock recovered at this support region. So which means this 10 to 13 are core. This I think this between 18, yes, I think between this 15, 16, 17, 18. So these are core support region. Now let me explain something. Support, it's not an exact price. Support is a region. So support level of a stock could be between 14 to 16 naira, or probably 15 to 18. So but as of this stock, the support region for me is around 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17 to 14, they are support region on the bank stock. That's from the monthly chart. Like I said, this stock is at the end of its bearish market. Now if we look at the RSI too, you also take note of that RSI. So let's draw our line. That's the RSI line. So I'm going to, so you will see here the RSI line. Let me move this down. I'm trying to draw my RSI line. Okay, so that's the RSI support. Now when you look at this RSI support, you will notice how the RSI rebounded from this support region, which is same thing as the last RSI support, and then which is also the same thing as this 15 naira region. So that's the long-term chart. Like I said, we are not concerned about this long-term chart, but we always like to look at it so that we can understand where the stock is. So GTB on the long-term chart is probably at the end of a bearish trend. So I think I noticed something. A lot of stocks are actually at the end of a bearish trend. So let's just watch and see if there's a catalyst. Now this is the weekly chart, which is very important. Notice again how the same support line stretched down to this point. So that explains the reason we got a rebound. So the stock actually got to a major support level last tested around around March 2016. So that's like, you can say, March 2016. So if the same stock is testing that same support region, then we should probably expect a rebound, which is why GTB moved from 17 up to 2021. So that's why it's here. Now, if we also look at the um, if we also look at the RSI, you could see again. Now, I always say that a major or an important way to trade the RSI is to look for a rising RSI. So if you want to trade with RSI, ensure that the RSI is rising. So RSI above 50 means that it's strong, but we also like to see an RSI come out from the oversold region. Oversold region is any region below 30. So you could see how the RSI is actually showing a rising trend. Now, if we look at the MACD2, you will see that the MACD shows that GTB has been bearish for a while, and then also at the end of a bearish run. So we might see a rebound at this point, which explains why the stock moved from the support level up here. I actually have a video explaining this better. That video explains how you can pick a stock that is recovering from a bottom level. So that's how to pick stock at the bottom. That video will help you understand this. So what I did was that I used a screener to explain how to pick stocks that have actually fallen to their support region, or stocks that are at the bottom and staging a recovery. And we are not just going to look at the fact that prices are going up to say, oh, this stock is a good buy. There are also other metrics you need to watch out for. So please, I urge you to get that video to understand how to. So what that video focuses on basically is how to find stocks at the bottom that are recovering, and then follow the trend. And there are things you need to watch out for, especially how to trade with volume. So now from the weekly chart, following this volume, you will see that GTB is showing a potential bullish run, and here that explains why the stock has moved from 17 to 22. Now, where is our major support? Note, this is a weekly chart, so it's a short-term trend. The weekly chart here shows that if the stock keeps going up, it has a resistance at this region. Remember, I always pay attention to this 50 days SMA because it always acts as a good resistance region. Like I said, look at how GTB moved from 54 down to 20, moved up a little bit, found resistance at the 50 SMA, moved down a little bit, and then you can see how it found resistance to at this 50 SMA region. And then, so which means this 50 SMA might likely serve as a major resistance. That's if the stock moves up beyond this point. Now the question is GTB going to move up to 27, 28 naira, knowing fully well that RSI is rising, there's a higher volume, and then MACD2 is showing that we are actually at the end of a bearish trend. So let's look at the daily chart, which is exactly what we use to take our buy or sell decision. Now, on the daily chart, you will see that the same line also suffice support level. I can see how GTB rebounded strongly from that support level. So this support level is an important level to watch. Now, I explained how 50 days moving average acts as a strong resistance, and we saw how the stock rebounded at this 50 days SMA. You can see how the stock moved from 17 up to 21, and then probably showed weakness at this point. So that's actually 50 days. That's close to the 50 days SMA. Now, what is the position of GTB at this point? Look at the RSI. The RSI seems to show a bit of weakness. So what I am doing right now is, after selling at 20 naira, so what I'm doing now is that I'm looking at this resistance, which is very strong. Now, if GTB pulls through this resistance, which is 50, there is no doubt we are going to see it move up to 27, 28, which is a core resistance on a weekly chart. So that means if GTB is to maintain a short-term trend, we'll see it move to 27.28 on, you can see this 27.28 on a weekly chart. So if the short-term bullish trend of GTB is confirmed and it's moved past 21.22, then 28 is a very important region to watch out for. So what I'm actually doing now is that I am watching the stock to see if price can go beyond this 50 days moving average, which is 22. So if GTB trades above 22.23, I would enter again to target 27.28. But if GTB fails to break this point, then we could see price come back to this 17 naira. So, and if price comes back to this 17 naira, it means we may likely see two things. Price may likely reverse back up to 20, or price may break this point. But I'm still looking for a reason GTB will go down below 17. So I haven't seen any reason yet. So there are two things we need to watch out for. Now, if you buy at this point, you may be buying at high risk. What? Why? Because price could fall back to 27, or price could go up. So this 50-50 chance. So but for you to be on a safer side, like I've done, I sold, and I'm waiting, and I've sold to take profits. Then I'm waiting to confirm whether this stock will break 22. If it moves above 22, I'm buying to ride it to 27, 28. But I'm not going to wait till you get to 28. I'll likely sell at 26. I like to sell my stock when it's still rising. And if it fails to break this 50 days SMA, we might see GTB fall back to this 17. And if it comes back to this 17, it's going to be a major buy opportunity for us, because this is a very strong support region that has dated back to 2016. So that's how I intend to play GTB. The idea of what we're doing now is for you to watch the stock closely at this point, because this is like a midpoint for me. It's like a midpoint. So it now depends on who is going to win at this point. If the buyers take charge of this market at this point, price could probably move up to 27, 28, and if the sellers are in control, price could fall back to 17. So my own advice is, if you buy GTB at this point, you are actually taking a risk, because this is a midpoint on the bank stock. So it's important for you to know the position you are taking. If you take that risk, it might pay you off and then see price move to 27, and if it doesn't pay you, you will see price come down. So another thing you can do is that if you buy at this point, it wouldn't make sense for you to buy with all the funds available. Let's assume I want to invest 500,000 in this stock. I would rather go in, for that, if I want to take the risk, I would rather buy with 250 and watch what happens. If the stock moves past this 22 naira points, then I'll buy with the remaining 250 and ride it to 27, 28, 26, 27. But if it breaks down and it comes back to 70, I will use the remaining funds to average down, so that my average cost will come down. So that's how I intend to play GTB. Like I always say, it is best for you to wait for stock at the bottom so that you can buy at a lower price, because at the bottom your downside risk is very low. But when you buy at the top, you are going to be at the mercy of profit takers. Although when you look at the MACD2, MACD shows clearly that this market is bullish, because the MACD line is above the signal line. But because the stock is trading close to its 50 days moving average, I want to be sure that there's going to be a breakout at this point. Now, there's another important thing to watch out for. Notice how GTB gapped down. You can see how it gapped down from here down to this point immediately. So it means this is a major resistance period, to a resistance level to watch. So I will also draw my line from here. I'm going to draw my line from here to this point. So you can see this GTB moved from 34 down to 22, moved up again, then automatically immediately gapped down to this point. So this is a major support turned resistance that we need to watch. So that also explains why the stock moved to this point and then showed some weakness. So this is a point of confluence. So a point of confluence is where you have two or more indicators confirming that a signal, or confirming the trend of a stock, or confirming the position of a particular stock. We have two indicators here. We have the trend line one, and then we have the 50 days MAC, 50-day SMA. So both line are actually meeting on a particular point, which is around this 21, 21, 22 region. So this 22 region is a major point to watch out for. So I feel if GTB fails to break this, it might fall back to 17. But if it breaks this level, we could see it move to 27, 28. So take note of this point. So if you want to trade GTB stock, this is the information you need, and then it's left for you to take a decision. So feel free to share your comments, subscribe on my blog, and then if you have a question, drop it on the comment box, and I'm going to share my feedback. Thank you.